shit off.
Actually, check your fucking mic if it was on. It wasn't on. And you were like, it's on. And now we're sure it's on, right?
I pushed it down.
Jeez, man. Too distracted with your phone. So, what up, dog? Welcome to podcast
number 72.
I think it's 38.
41.
38. You know how last time I fucked it up by switching up the numbers? I reversed them. So instead of podcast 63, or 36, it was 63. Well, in my defense, I number all of my files when I'm editing the folders or the different podcasts and videos and stuff. Mm-hmm. So every file I put all the the video files for that one upload to one. Mm-hmm. And this was, ironically enough, upload number 63. So that's why it threw me off that it was 63, but it's actually podcast 36. I'm
going to take your word for everything you just said. I don't want you again.
I have to for quality's sake.
I can't. Horrible stuff I'm about to say. Just can't.
Well, if you got things to say, Sog, what you got?
It's going to make baby Jesus cry. Just can't. Poor defenseless baby Jesus. 8 pounds.
4 ounces. 3 ounces?
Something like that. Watching his baby Einstein videos. People are like, what?
That was a legit movie, dude. I still think that's one of the funniest.
That is.
What's his name?
Will Ferrell movies.
Will Ferrell movies.
You still haven't seen Semi-Pro?
What's that about?
Basketball.
No, I haven't seen that one.
The basketball one's pretty fucking good.
I have to watch that, and I think there's one more I haven't seen of his. But I still think that and The Other Guys.
Other Guys is pretty good.
No, Stepdad.
Stepdad's pretty good too.
Those three right there are the ones for me that are his funniest shit.
Soup Kitchen.
Oh, jeez. So, anyways, what's going on? What's going on with your week, man? I felt like last week's podcast was not good, and I think primarily it was because we were so tired. So, I felt like this week we're prioritizing it.
You shouldn't even put it out last week.
But then I felt bad because we didn't put out a podcast 2 weeks before that.
So
I like consistency.
Why does your coffee cup say Juan? Some racist shit.
It's John. It's just a shitty ass spelling, or words are too tight together.
Racist. Can't believe that. Nice gay man.
It was a girl. It was a girl.
Oh, that's even more racist.
It's because you were hoping and dreaming it was the gay guy that helped you out.
Make my shit the proper way. I like it.
That guy made it, right? The guy made it, but the one that wrote the thing on the cup was a girl.
Yeah, that's reverse racism. She saw you, a Mexican, a semi-tall Mexican, and was like, your name must be Juan.
Jeez.
Reverse racism.
Jeez. So anyways, what's going on with your week, man? Man. Fuck. Man.
Oh, it's because you saw that Jamaican dude down there in the ghetto?
That dude has some sweet dreads, though.
That dude was legit.
Sweet dreads.
It's probably the Rafiki or whatever.
Remind me of that E40 song where it's like, what is it? Jesus had dreads, so shake him. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I ain't got none, but I'm planning on growing some.
I'll play that song.
At your so tell the people what you're doing.
Oh, okay.
So tell them about that.
So what happened was we want to have an end of the year field trip for all the kids, right?
Because you work at a school.
Yeah, I work at a school.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to have a end of the year field trip like we normally do. I wanted to have one, or not me, but we wanted to have one. So it was either going to be to Legoland or to the bowling alley, which, bowling alleys now have like all that shit included. And it's going to be the one.
Okay, so to clarify for the listeners, if you were like me when you heard this story, there's two very different options here. What he means by Legoland is not going to California's Legoland adventure. It's going to some local POS little Lego shop that they're going to make shit and steal Legos probably from.
All right, we have a Legoland here in town. It's not the big one in California.
It's not a theme park.
It's not a theme park. It's a smaller one.
Okay.
It's still pretty. It's a pretty decent size. It's pretty big still.
But what is there to do? Is there a park? Is there?
I guess I'm not real sure. We haven't been there. Last year when we went on the end of year field trip, we went to the aquarium that's right next to it, and they were just building it, so we didn't get to go. So we went to the aquarium. So this year when it came up, we were gonna go, but the people have been they don't really want us there because they know the kids are gonna take Legos and shit.
Probably.
So it's still ongoing discussion about it.
One of these days, you need to tell the podcast people our our graduation trip in junior high.
We should do that. Let's carry on to it right now, actually. So we've been talking to them. So, and that's farther away from us. So we're gonna go to the bowling alley. My boss, my teacher, contacted the bowling alley that's close by to us right now, and that place is pretty lit because we got in there 2 times maybe.
The one right here down the corner.
Once or twice.
Once, I think.
Something like that. So
the one up north.
No, one down here.
Okay.
So it's pretty lit in there. They got a ton of shit you can do for hours. And so she contacted them and was like, hey, how much would it be per kid? And they got back to her and were like, what package do you want? We got one package that's like 2 slices of pizza and like an hour of bowling.
Right, because this isn't like a regular bowling alley. This is like a big place that has bowling and arcades and food
laser tag and has a rope climb and arcade.
It's got a lot of stuff. It's not like your traditional bowling alley.
Yeah, we don't really have those too much anymore.
Traditional bowling alleys?
I think we have some, but like they don't draw a lot of attention.
My parents have been bowling lately, so
we gotta go with your parents.
They go they go early, dude. They go like Sunday mornings.
I ain't going to church. So
my mom, I kid you not, they're so into it. They just bought shoes and bowling balls. Yeah.
Okay, maybe we shouldn't go with them. So anyway, so they got back to her and they said it was gonna be $18 per kid for 2 slices of pizza and like an hour of bowling. As many games as you can get in there, or like 2 hours of bowling. As many games as you can get in there. And so
2 hours is a lot of bowling, no?
Yeah,
I think after 2 hours, I'm like, all right, I'm good.
Yeah, but that's $18. So she was like, "What else you got?" They go, "For $20, you got unlimited everything for 5 hours."
An extra $2? Yeah, you might as well just go with that.
So, well, that's what she said. So we got unlimited everything. We got unlimited bowling
and everything.
Games, laser tag.
All right, what day do I have to take off for work to go with you?
You want to be a chaperone?
I want to be a chaperone. I have to limit my cussing here.
Everything they got, we got it. And do it all.
I'm gonna go get some bowling shoes.
We got the pool. We got the pool tables.
What's that perfect score?
500.
Is on The Simpsons. What was it? That episode where he becomes a perfect. It's like a
900?
301 or something. 201.
300.
Something like that.
So we
$20. That's a deal.
I
mean, look,
man.
If you got like Seventh Heaven kids, or you got 5 kids, that's a lot of $20 you got to fork out. Yeah. But for one kid, $20. I mean, depends on. Well, your kids aren't in a bad area, so they got money. They can afford $20.
So yeah. So we got to come up with the money, and so it'll be $20. But here's the thing: we got to pay for our own bus because the school doesn't want you to do field trips, or they won't pay for the field trip. So we got to pay for the bus.
Wait. So you got to take like a Greyhound or some shit down there?
No, we got to pay for the school bus, What
do you pay for? Like, what are they charging you for a bus?
For the gas and for the guy who's driving the bus.
What are they charging you per hour for that guy?
Yeah.
This seems expensive.
Yeah.
So it means like every kid's gonna have to pay $30 instead of $20.
Yeah. Exactly. And I think the bus is $130 for like the 8 hours we need it.
$130 for the bus and the guy?
Mm-hmm.
So $130 for the bus total. And then you gotta divide that by how many kids?
I have 9. And the other class I think has 7.
Hold on, I'm gonna do this math for you right now. So that's it? That's all in those 2 classes? Just 2 classes are going?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just the RG classes. Or special ed classes.
Just the special ed classes? And you're gonna let those special kids run around?
I'm gonna let them run around.
But if not all of them go, then that means that this girl. If not all of them go, that means that they're gonna have to pay. Nivea, come here. This girl's going crazy. Anyways, so 130 you said?
Mm-hmm.
So 130 divided by 14 kids, because you said 7 and
8 or 7 and 9.
7 and 9 is 16. 130 divided by 16. $8. It's about $8. So let's round up just in case 1 or 2 kids don't go.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you're looking at $30 a kid.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, I'm like, as a parent, You're like.
See, the 20, you're like, well, for 5 hours, I think it is. we're gonna be there. You're like, well, $20. Okay, you get unlimited everything. That's pretty good, man.
But yeah, $30.
30?
I could see parents saying, "All right, I don't know about this. $30
Yeah, and
seems
so
like quite a bit."
so there you go. So it's 30. So my teacher was like, "Oh well, we need to come up with 130, so the kids don't have to pay the extra 10."
So I guess
So
man, $30 is
so she was going through some ideas, and she's like, "Oh, we could throw a dance because our school normally has dances and
to
different
gather
people,
money to like raise money.
Yeah, to raise money.
Okay.
And so different groups normally do it. Like one time, the athletic department threw it because they needed money for uniforms. So they threw it. One time, the PTA threw it.
You need to get more sleep, dog.
I'm about to go to sleep soon. And then another time, somebody else threw it. So now we're going to do the spring one, which is in April.
So this is so that at the end they don't have to pay for anything.
So we don't have to pay for the bus. I think they'll still have to pay $20. But hey, maybe we make enough money they won't have to pay at all. So hey, I mean that's the best case scenario. So
Well, I guess, man.
So yeah, and so I put myself in charge of music. So
Wow. So you're gonna bring out a DJ table and you're gonna.
I'm gonna mix it. Mix it right there. I'm like, can't drink it with it.
You should try doing. You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to find the songs though that are like edited, right?
Yeah.
You can't be throwing explicit lyrics.
It's like fuck me with a baby batter. What?
They're gonna be like, Ruben, we don't need your services for us tonight. We'll take care of it.
Play Nicki Minaj.
Anaconda.
Yeah. So yeah. So I put myself in charge of music. It's gonna be the most lit party of 2017.
I think you should make it like songs that we listen to it in our times. So throw on some Usher Confessions on that. Throw on some Little John.
It's like 369. Damn, you fine. What's the rest of it?
You'll see me rolling there like, yeah, here's where the party's at.
I'm like, hey, not all of you don't know this, but you were conceived to this song.
About 50% of you.
Mm-hmm.
Your mama met your daddy in the club right here that day that song that came on. Wait, what? So, yeah, man.
So that's what's going on right there with that.
Well, this should be interesting. There should be some podcast material after that.
Mm-hmm. Every kid's going to pay, to get into the dance, it's $5. So...
But you still got to pay for the food for the dance, right? Like, that's when...
Food?
Don't they have to buy stuff? Like, they had... you could buy snacks at our dances.
I'm in charge of music. What everybody else wants to do with their time, that's up to them.
What I'm saying, though, is that there's more to putting on a dance than just doing that, I would imagine.
Okay, the two that I have chaperone, they have had some... They have had candy and drinks you could buy. So is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I guess we'll have to buy that. So
financially, I'm wondering if you pay for that, or I'm sure the school's not going to cover it.
No, school's not going to cover anything. Cheap people.
Well, yeah. Well, that'd be interesting, dude. What else got going on?
I told you about that job I was going to have.
Oh,
or
yeah, what happened
job
with
interview. So I got up on Monday. I was feeling like shit again. And
heavy deadlifts. It'll fix that for you.
Is that what it was?
Heavy deadlifts. See, you
Super
stopped deadlifting. That's what happened, right? See? I'm told you. You think I'm bushing you all these years. I'm telling you, that will save your life.
It might,
I'm going to get a bumper sticker that says, bumper sticker. I'm going to get a deadlift bumper sticker that says, they save your life.
Try it.
Do you know how there's like Jesus saves?
Yeah.
This will be deadlift save.
Deadlift save. It's just going to be a giant barbell.
Instead of like a Jesus fish, it's going to be a barbell. With a guy sumo deadlifting.
He looks like Broly.
It's going to look like Broly struggling to lift and bending the bar.
Jeez. So I still felt like shit and I was throwing up everywhere. And I was like, I'm still going to go to this thing. Because the interview is with my bosses. Like my boss is the teacher I work for. But I have two actual bosses. Like the bosses that are in charge of special education.
But yeah, are they district? Like they stay in the district area?
Yeah, they're in charge of the whole district I work for.
Okay.
So I had to go, because I can't be like, hey, can I reschedule with you guys?
They'd be like, no.
Yeah, so I went. I man the fuck up. You know why? You know why I man the fuck up? Because I'm a goddamn man.
Yeah, told you that show was gonna be your new favorite show.
And so I did it, and the interview went pretty good. They know me, they like me, so it was pretty chill.
So when will they make their decision?
They made it like the next day. I was the first one they interviewed of the day. I guess they had people right after me, so they came to the school to interview me that I work at, and I guess they were going back to the district.
So what happened? They already made a decision?
Yeah, they said they gave it to somebody else. But they were giving me more details about the job. It seemed like more of a pain of an ass than I wanted to do.
What was different?
Basically, it's the same job I do now, except I got to travel to all the other schools and help out people who need help, who like aren't doing a good job or have questions or need advice.
So you gotta like train them essentially?
Yeah, basically. I supervise them. And you're saying, well, that sounds pretty cool. It sounds kind of cool. The thing that really turned me off about it was I was going to get paid the same.
Yeah, well, why didn't you ask that from the get-go?
Because they had initially said on the thing that it was going to be more money. It was going to be like 30, 40 cents raise, but it really wasn't going to be. It was going to be the same.
Yeah, man, it doesn't seem like
so I was like,
a good deal.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know about this.
Because,
so,
I mean, ultimately, you're getting paid the same in order to, like, not really do much more.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, wait, hold on, let me phrase that. You're getting paid the same in order to not really get more money, and you're not really getting anything more out of it.
Yeah, basically. I mean, the only thing more you'd get really is just, bragging purposes. Hey, I work for these two people.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, I mean,
if you said that to me, I'm like, who the fuck are those people?
Yeah, no,
It's not like you're telling me, hey, man, I'm working for Jay-Z.
Yeah, it's only bragging purposes, like, in the district. Like, other than that, nobody's going to care.
Yeah, it just seems like not a great deal. You might as well just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah. So, that's what happened with that. But they were nice, so. So, yeah, I was like, if they offer it to me, that's cool. But I was like, they're not going to give it to me anyways. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, look, in the end, you didn't lose anything. And you got some experience interviewing.
Yeah. They said I was a good interviewer.
Apparently not, if they didn't offer it to you.
I think they were going to go with somebody else anyways because they want somebody with a little more experience than I had.
How much fucking experience do they want? Have we been doing this shit for like 20 million years now?
Oh, yeah. I feels like that. It feels exactly like that.
I guess. So what else is going on, dog? What else you got going on?
That's pretty much it, man. That was my week.
I was trying to think of what we were talking about earlier in the car, and I can't remember anymore.
You were talking about some kind of dark shit.
Yeah, well,
you're like, if there should be a rule where everybody should have.
Oh yeah, kid. yeah. I was telling you how I feel like I'm turning into Bill Burr slowly, and how I think I kind of agree with him on the whole. We are overpopulated. And if we continue this route, we're really not going to be able to maintain this many people. The part that really bugs me is the fact that we're no longer funding anything that's going to help us maintain the population of this planet, right? Mm-hmm. So if people continue to outfuck the system, the reality is, like, if you're having 3, 4, 5 kids and their kids have 2, 3, 4, 5 kids, I mean, how many generations till we're no longer able to feed these people? Mm-hmm. Right? We have quite a bit of land, but the problem is, like, I look at meat. Meat is a big problem because trying to feed people meat it's very time consuming unless that whole genetically created meat takes off, which you tell that to me and my dick gets soft. Like, I don't want to eat that. I don't care if it tastes like bubble gum. Like, I don't want to eat that. It looks gross, right? It doesn't feel right in my soul. So
You're eating something soulless.
yeah, I don't know how we
It's
would.
like when you eat M&Ms, you're like, I shouldn't be eating this.
Yeah, I shouldn't be eating this. There's better ways to get calories in. So I don't know, man. I've been thinking about it. I'm like, how are we gonna feed people, right? Because we can probably grow enough vegetables in order to feed people, but how my thing is, we can't even feed people correctly now. People are all nutrient deficient, and people can't eat the right diets because we put more money into 99-cent Snickers than we do into a decent proper meal. But I just think about it, and I think people are just fucking too much. Let me rephrase that. I think people are having too many kids. Let me rephrase that. I think people are cream pieing too much. Because that's really...
I think people having too many kids summed it up pretty nice.
All right. Maybe I should brought it back a notch. Okay, so I withdraw my previous comment. But long story
You're like,
short...
listen. People, you gotta stop cream pieing. I know it feels good. The warm man yogurt.
Man yogurt. That
Just
Chobani Greek yogurt.
That thick Chobani vanilla yogurt dripping out. Looks so good.
I think we're quickly overpopulating this planet, and I think we're too dumb to invest in the money. Like, we keep pulling money from NASA. Now, if we're ever trying to get the fuck out of this planet and have enough food and maybe take over another planet, we're never going to do it. All right. We don't have the technology to do it. And, remember how fucking 100 years ago in movies, we thought by 2000 we were going to be flying in cars, and we're still doing the same dumb shit we did a couple years ago, except now we got Bluetooth.
It's true.
The reality is, if we're going to overpopulate this planet quite quickly. So I think we should just limit everybody from having one kid. I'm talking about the whole planet, by the way. Do how Japan does it. Or China? Anyway, somewhere they're like, you only have one kid. If you have more than one, then it's going to be a fucking problem. You have to make a choice. You were the kid.
Damn.
The baby gets birthed out. You're like, all right, which one of you is it going to be? There has to be a balance in the world. So one came in, one's got to go. You already had your one.
There's just like a soulless soldier right there just looking. He just has a gun. He's just ready to go.
Well, the government will adopt them if you choose not to have them, and they'll just make them a soldier.
Yeah, those are the ones who are killing the ones who are having too many babies. It's a cycle, you see.
They'll get put into the same program that made Master Chief.
But yeah.
Yeah.
When's the last time Master Chief felt any emotion?
Never.
Halo 3. That's when.
Well, when he fell in love with Cortana.
Halo 3. That's what I said.
Is that 3?
Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying is we might have to think about this in the future. Probably now, actually, in order to keep this shit going.
How are we going to live in those space colonies, man? Like on Gundam Wing.
The only problem with limiting children is the idea that it does take about 11 dumb kids. This is science, by the way, guys.
Science.
This is legit mathematics.
Is this from Professor Chris Brown, or is this from an actual scientist?
This is from an actual scientist. This is science, people. It takes 11 dumb kids to make one smart kid that will invent something cool.
That's true.
So, it took like 100,000 dumb kids for the one smart, or like the fucking dozen smart people to make cell phones. So we're going to still need to have probably a lot of dumb kids in order to make the smart ones that are going to take up the space.
That's true. I'll give you an example. Give you exact example.
Science.
Of stupidity in kids. Today, I eat outside on the picnic tables with my students. Because inside, it's too loud in there. I'd like to be quiet. I don't like to be talked to during lunch.
Uh-huh.
And I got most of the kids trained pretty well to not talk to me while I'm eating. And so some of them still come up to me and like, so, hey, what are you doing? I'm like,
what does it look like I'm doing?
Yeah, and I'm like, what does it look like I'm doing?
I like to look at dead carcasses of chickens and just stare at them.
I'm like, it's lunchtime. Don't talk to me. Eat your food. And you're like, that's fucked up, Ruben. I'm like, no, it's not. They need to know manners. How are they going to push those shopping carts at Fry's if they don't have manners?
Damn, son.
So, anyways, I'm outside with those kids who are, in fact, listening to the rules which I've established, not talking to me, making no eye contact with me, and just leaving me the fuck alone. And then one of the people who worked there pulled out this one kid from the cafeteria, which I don't go into because it's too loud, which I already established. And we have a security. Remember I told you about security we got there? We got actual cops. We had a City of Phoenix cop come by there. And he was security for the day.
Like on a normal basis?
Yeah.
Wow.
So he was outside chilling. I think he was talking to somebody about like some murder that happened. You know, that's what cops do, talk about murder. Keeping the white man down. Yeah.
Jeez.
They're not to kids, but I think he was on the phone on his walkie-talkie. You know, talking, keep the minorities down, whatever they do. So the lady brings this one kid out, and she's like, "Oh, I need help with him. He doesn't want to take his hood off." He had a sweater on. He had a hoodie on.
Like Trayvon Martin all over again.
Yeah, and he didn't want to take it off. And so the cop was trying to explain to him, "Just take your hood off. This is a stupid reason to get in trouble." And the cop was there literally for like 10 minutes being like, "Dude, just take your hood off."
Why don't they just send him to the principal's office?
I'll get to that reason too. He was like, "Dude, just take your hood off. If you don't take your hood off, you're going to get 2 days out of school suspension or like 3 days in school suspension." And so,
Jeez.
And he was just like giving him everything. And he refused to take his hood off.
Why?
Because he's a dumb fuck.
Okay.
I almost went up to him and just pulled it down and be like, "Problem solved."
Was he one of your kids?
No, he's some other dumb fucker.
Oh, okay.
And then that's why, and then see, that little story is exactly why I tell my kids to leave me alone at lunch. So they have rules and boundaries. Exactly that.
Well, I think that's the thing for kids. They need rules and boundaries.
Yeah, and that's exactly what that kid did not have. But, and you say, that's really stupid. And that's your exactly one of your examples right there. Takes how many dumb kids to make one smart kid?
100 to make one.
And I'll give you an example of something super fucking genius. You would have never figured this out in a million years. So, also I was outside. This is last year when it was like hot, like April or February. You know, whenever it gets hot here.
Like every day.
Yeah. So this is what a nice school I work at. They put out like a 5-gallon thing of water for the kids to drink out of. Like to refill their like water bottles, or if the kids don't bring any, they have the little
cups?
Little cone cups.
Yeah, yeah.
And so,
is it refrigerated?
Yeah, it's cold. It's like ice cold water.
We didn't have any of that
no,
shit. They were like,
we had the hose.
Burn on those monkey bars, kids.
Yeah.
Get those burn calluses in. Burn.
Your parents are doing it picking fruit. You can do it.
Oh, yeah, that's dark.
Hey, man, it happens. So, anyways, they like to get the water because they like to see the water come out of the thing. What? That's
they
true.
Just hold it. They just hold the button as they're just throwing away.
They like to be part of it. They like to get the cup and they like to get the water in there. So one goes, "I'm thirsty." I'm like, "All right, go get water." And then, like another one went to go get it, but he didn't want to. Or I was like, "Wait till he comes back." And so, one kid goes to get the water in a little cone cup, right? You know the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And it's all pointed. And so he came back with it. And so he was holding it. He was drinking it. And then he sat down at the picnic table. And he was looking. And he was like confused. Because, he wanted to like continue eating. But he also didn't want to hold the cup. And so he's looking around. He's looking at me. I'm like, "I'm not holding that shit for you. I don't know what the fuck you think." And so he was looking around. And then fucking light bulb went off in his head. He put the cone cup in the middle of the table. You know where it's for the umbrella?
Yeah.
He put it right there, and that's where he held his cup.
That's a smart kid.
And he fucking dropped the microphone and walked off because that's the fucking boss thing to do.
That's pretty good. Drop that kid off here. I'm gonna have him work some math problems.
And then he gathered all the other special ed kids, and he was like, "Look, I made fire."
Oh, he's a special ed kid?
Yeah, he's a special ed kid.
Oh, wow.
I work with only special ed kids.
That's pretty good.
He showed them all. He showed all of them. He's like, "Look what I did," and they're like, "Genius."
That's pretty good.
And they all started doing it. Genius.
Wait, how many holes is there on those tables?
Well, that was the next thing. They can't count very well, so they
were all trying to share.
They were all trying to stab it in there. That was a whole nother thing. But hey, for one moment, man, this kid had it.
That's pretty good, dude.
Fucking genius.
That's pretty good. He's almost ready to graduate now.
Almost ready to push those carts, man.
Jeez.
He might even be able, while he's pushing those carts, you might get to use that little robot that pushes them for you.
Jeez, that's dark.
He'll be done in half the time.
So, yeah, I think that will be a problem in the future. I mean, I don't think it's something we will worry about.
Cart pushing?
No, the overpopulation of the earth.
Yeah, man, it's getting there.
But that's another reason I feel like I don't want to bring kids into this world.
I don't. I'm just going to adopt some from the baby pound. The baby mill, if you will.
Where they all get together. Right?
Where they all get together.
I feel like it's such a difficult position to put kids in and
I
bring
feel
kids
like,
into this world.
You know how in the mall they have that place where they have the puppies and the dogs?
Yes.
They should do that except with babies.
In the malls?
In the malls.
That's dark, yo.
What? You see a baby, you're like, oh, that little dude's sleeping in his glass cage. I want to play with it. Get like 2 or 3 5-year-olds. Get like 4 or 5-year-olds in the big display outside. Just let them play around. Let them sleep. That's how to sell babies right there, man.
That's how you sell babies.
That's how you sell it to the people.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Not selling it. They have like a reestablishing fee.
Is it like adoptions where they already sell them to you with all the shots and everything?
Yeah, of course. And they're fixed already, so you can't have any delinquent kids.
They're fixed. Jeez.
I don't want no foster babies having kids. The issues it has. Hey, man, come on. People are like, your friend is really dark.
That is very dark.
Hey, man, it's true. Gotta get them kids out. Fuck you, Michael Bisping.
Michael Bisping, you mean the guy you hate?
No, fuck Michael Bisping.
Oh, okay.
GSP's coming back.
GSP is coming back, and apparently this is our MMA segment. GSP's coming back.
Also, fuck you, Luke Rockhold.
Yeah, you're still just salty at Luke Rockhold because he was going balls deep and Demi Lovato.
Dude, like I've said 1,000 times, so many people have cream pie Demi Lovato. I'm not mad at any of them.
You're just mad it wasn't you.
I'm
You're
mad at Luke Rockhold because he's not a good fighter.
You're mad at Luke Rockhold because he's stunning chiseled look and his like crazy abs. You're just mad at Luke Rockhold. I think it's jealousy.
No,
I think you secretly love Luke Rockhold.
It's like he sucks.
I think you secretly are in love with him
as a fighter.
Like you'd want to kiss him. If
as a person, he's probably a good person. He's high all the fucking time, but he's probably a good person.
I don't think he's high.
Have you seen an interview with him?
No, I have not.
I watched an interview with him when he's getting ready to fight Captain America.
Right before he won the title.
Yeah, and he was like, "Yeah, man."
He's a surfer, dude.
Yeah,
his brother, I think, is his brother's a champion surfer. I think.
He's not a good fighter, man. Sorry.
He hasn't fought in a while. I think he was doing acting or modeling or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, man, he's a good-looking dude. He should do that. Stay out of fighting, where people who learn how to fight can fight.
So on a different note, because there's fights this weekend and I'm excited about them, but I don't think we should go off on them. Oh, any predictions about the fights? Who do you think are going to win the fights?
Racism is going to win.
Oh, jeez. So I hate doing predictions for the fights because by the time I upload this, the fights have already happened. Speak about them.
You remember when we used to do prediction videos for UFC and I used to do them?
Yeah, you haven't put any content on your channel. So that's why I haven't talked to you about it at all because every time I bring it up to you, you're like, yo, we should. And then you just never talk about it again. So
we shouldn't do that. That's too much work. It's way too much work. Especially now. What are we going to record it on?
There's ways to do it. You're just too lazy to do it.
I'm too lazy. I don't want to do that. Moving everything out of your office. Yeah.
You need to fucking get a more productive hobby than fucking pops. Okay,
dude, we haven't even searched for pops in like 2 hours.
You need to do something more productive with your life than pops.
I'm lifting again.
No, you're not.
I lifted some shit yesterday.
I don't believe you.
I have to take a selfie of it.
You should. You should do like The Rock. Like every morning and shit, just be like, Ruben's workout, get off your ass and go sling some dick. And you just start doing swings and shit. You just kettlebelling the fuck out of things. You're like, that's right.
I thought you meant my massive dick.
I'm gonna go around that one. So anyways, what was I saying before this?
Mm.
Oh, I was thinking about, so I heard in the news, and look, I'm just talking on my ass. I haven't really paid attention to any of this. But I heard that Donald Trump, President Trump now. Oh,
you said who was going to win?
Oh, the UFC fights. Yeah. Okay, so what are your predictions? Here, let me pull up the card right now while I talk about this Trump thing. So I heard that Trump I got 3 likes on my Instagram, son. Hold on. Let me see who this is. It's probably all spam, though. It's all spam,
Hoes.
though. No, it's just spam. It's all spam. Anyway, so I heard that President Donald Trump now, let's see if I can do 2 things at once here.
I call him Führer Trump.
Oh, jeez. I heard he changed the law allowing the hard regulations against not mentally handicapped. It's more
Disabled?
mentally disabled people getting guns. Like, I guess there was some extra shit after the shootings of the last few years. I guess stronger mandates were put against people with mental, it's not mentally handicapped, mentally disabled people getting weapons. And I guess he turned those around. He turned them back so that it's easier for them to get guns. What are your thoughts on that?
That is the worst idea I've ever heard in my life.
Look, I would need to talk to people who are mentally disabled and define mentally disabled a little bit. I
can tell you they shouldn't have guns.
Right. Well, look, without making harsh accusations, because I don't know.
I'll make real harsh ones right now. They shouldn't have guns. They shouldn't have cell phones.
What I'm saying, though, is I don't know how the U.S. defines mental.
Okay, I understand that.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how they define it, but still, my point is, when I hear that, I almost want to just know what it means before I say what I'm going to say. And my instinct and my intuition is to say, why are we allowing mentally, not handicapped, why do I keep thinking handicapped?
Disabled.
Mentally disabled people. I'm trying to Google search something. Why are we allowing mentally disabled people to acquire guns?
Yeah, we shouldn't be doing that.
But once again, I need a definition of mentally disabled. Like, if we're talking about people that are depressed, mentally disabled? Are we talking about bipolar people are mentally disabled? Are we talking about, like, insane asylum people mentally disabled? Like, what level and how we define that? It really is the biggest variable. But just from the clickbait title, I need to know why we're letting mentally disabled people have guns. Because if you're not quote unquote mentally stable, why should you have a thing that kills people?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So I'm not for this.
And I guess the argument there would be, is anybody really mentally stable?
I think we have some pretty good parameters onto what is and what isn't. I think if you see you're the one that 2 podcasts ago, you saw a chick at a fucking dollar store saying some weird shit, and you were already quick to say she's fucking handicapped. But yet now you're like, how do we define mentally stable? You were very easily able to identify this woman against everybody else. I'm not mad at that. You were able to quickly identify this woman that was different compared to everybody else in that dollar store. So there is a clear indication of what is a parameter of healthy mind and not. I was just
playing devil's advocate and saying that's the argument.
All I'm saying is that lady should not have a gun.
No, she shouldn't.
So I'm not for this, man. I think I need a clarification on this, and I probably will Google search this later, but I still don't believe that these people should have a gun. That's a goddamn red flag.
Yeah, it really is.
All right, son. So that was my current events of the day. So, do you want to take predictions on the UFC real quick?
All right. Give me some fights.
Let me get to these names that we will know off the top of my hand here. Okay, Rashad Evans, now fighting at 185 against Daniel Kelly.
I'm going to go Daniel Kelly.
Well, Daniel Kelly's record is 12-1. That's pretty freaking good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Alistair Overeem versus Mark Hunt.
The Reem.
The Reem? Dude, the Reem has had a lot of fucking fights.
Mm-hmm.
41-15-0.
Damn.
So he's had over 56 professional fights. Jeez.
That's my jam.
Juanes. Oh, El Dios Pedido. Oh, that's the jam right there, dog.
Do you want to see the girl who picked that song?
Dude, why is Khabib not on here?
Can get out of Russia.
No, seriously, why is Khabib on here? If he's not fucking fighting, I'm gonna be pissed. Yeah, I'm mad at that. Okay, I'm starting to get concerned, dude. Khabib's not on here.
Damn, son, they canceled that fight probably. Let me check.
I'm starting to get really concerned here. What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm gonna be upset if we find out that Khabib's on this fight. All right, Woodley versus Thompson. Who you got?
I want to say Thompson got it.
Look, if I look at statistic-wise, I think Woodley's a very difficult guy to fight. Comparing, even though the last fight was epic, I think Woodley's going to be still a difficult guy to beat unless he changes a lot. Oh, holy shit. They fucking canceled it.
Told you.
Motherfuckers.
Why?
Dude, I'm fucking pissed. Khabib was transported to some hospital Thursday evening due to weight management medical issues. He was treated and has been discharged. The fight between Tony and Khabib has been canceled due to doctor's recommendation. Dude, fuck. I'm over this already. These fucking weight cuts are getting ridiculous, man. Can people not fucking weight cut correctly?
The other thing is, look, okay, if you're walking around at 205, you shouldn't be fighting at 155. That's a lot of weight to lose.
Dude, what the fuck? That was the fight that everybody was pretty much looking for on this card.
Yeah, no.
I mean, look, Woodley versus Thompson's a very good fight. Everybody wants to see how it will play out again, but this was the one where everybody's just like, that's the weight division that everybody's trying to figure out what happens because Conor fucked everything up again. And now, here we go. Dude, that sucks. That sucks. Well, that sucks. Anyways, on a brighter note, what's going on, dog? What's going on with you?
Yeah, man, I'm just saying that I always was under the impression. You get off your phone, yo.
Check out this video that Boski tagged us in. So when you flip off a baseball player. Oh, clipped him straight in the face.
Damn, he got that condom in his mouth.
It says when you flip off a baseball player and this guy driving by and he just throws a water balloon at a dude.
Damn.
Like accurate as shit. Wow. There you go, Boski. Easter egg for you. We talked about this on the podcast. Yeah, man. So, I'm disappointed about this UFC fight now. The problem is that there's so much buildup for this card, and the next thing you know, people get injured, things happen, and then to be pulled out the night before the fight, that just sucks, dude.
What demon is that?
People should not be. I still don't think people should be getting tattoos of people in their faces, like their faces on people.
All right, you have to put that away. Okay, the times I went to UFit with you, that was never there.
I agree. So, long story short, I am disappointed in this fucking card now. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm still going to watch it, but still disappointed.
No, man, just back to my point that if you're walking around at 205, you shouldn't try to cut down to 155.
Are you still not sleeping enough? What is your deal?
I'm tired today, man.
You're always tired. That's your thing every Friday.
I come over here from work.
What's your point?
You had a whole day off.
I've done this from work, working earlier than you.
I don't think so. I think it's a lie. You have no proof of that.
Fuck you. I work earlier than you.
No, but that's he shouldn't be like. How much weight was he trying to lose?
I don't know, man. Sometimes things go wrong, I guess, or you dehydrate too much. But
He's like, I just kept throwing up. He's
That
like, I
sucks,
thought it was
man.
I thought it was too much when I hit blood and it wasn't water, but whatever.
I mean, the problem, and what do you do with that case? I mean, that case. So let's say, do you have them fight again? Do you promote that fight again 3 years down the line? I guess you have to, right? Because freaking Connor's over here bullshitting around for the next year, or maybe fighting Mayweather. So he's holding up that. See, ever since the UFC got sold, the weight classes are all clusterfucks now. Demetrius is sitting there just jerking off because he's beat everybody. He's like Shao Kahn. He's just waiting for a new guy to enter the tournament. Who's the next?
He's just waiting because he took everybody's soul.
He's done. He's done. He's trying to get that Xbox, PlayStation money right now. That's all he's got.
You should go support Demetrius.
I should. That dude's bored right now. He's over here doing spinning backflips and shit, and he's bored. Who else we got after that? The only one that's pretty good is No Love.
Yeah.
No Love's over here sitting and dancing and shit. He's fucking having fun. He's gonna fight TJ next. That division is moving now because now it isn't Cruz freaking owning everybody.
Trying to be rebuilt. They gotta wait to rebuild Cruz's legs.
Well, he was on Rogan's podcast and he was saying that he wants to have the rematch once he comes back.
Once they rebuild him.
I guess his feet were all fucked up. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure. That old man can barely move. Yeah, they had to rebuild him like the Borg.
I think Cody's really good, dude. Who else? Who else after Cody? Jose Aldo. Aldo versus Holloway. That's happening in June. It's like 5 months away. What else we got? What's the one after that? That's Connors. Connors is a clusterfuck. What's after that?
Rockhold and all them. It's Connors too, isn't it?
That's a big jump from 155 or 145 to 155. So Aldo, and then you got McGregor, 155, 165. I guess it is welterweight. So then it's Wonder Boy. Or Wonder Boy and Tyron Woodley. Got to figure that out. But they're fighting this weekend, which means they're not going to fight another 4 months. But who fights next? Maya? Damian Maya?
I haven't heard anything about him.
No, he's the one that's been jiu-jitsuing the shit out of everyone.
Yeah, I've heard about him, but I haven't heard anything about his next fight.
And then waiting to see how this one plays out. And then you got after that, you got
How bad do you want to see Woodley versus Maya?
That's an interesting one, man, because Woodley hits so freaking hard that if Maya can weather that storm and just clinch onto him like the Thlulu and just take him down and then just work him like Jacare, just slowly, just like a spider monkey, just wrap up to him and just slowly like an anaconda. Remember that old movie Anaconda? Just like that.
It's exactly what he does, slowly.
The question is, because the problem with Maya is that he is willing to take a punch to get in there. But if you take a punch from Woodley, that might be the last punch you take.
You're going to fly across the ring?
Yeah, it's a problem.
Like when Rumble hit DC, he just rolled across the ring like a barrel.
Much. Isn't that coming up?
I think so, actually. Is that in April? I think it's in April.
Let's see. So it's hard. So you got that. That's the next one. And then Bisping's division is another cluster. You got him fighting GSP now.
For no reason at all. The reason is...
money? For the money?
No, he didn't want to fight...
Jacare? No, Jacare's waiting too.
Oh, Jacare's waiting too.
Yoel.
You didn't want to fight Yoel, man. Dude, when somebody puts a GoFundMe page for your medical
Fucking
bills,
savage.
you really want to fight them?
Fucking savage. That is probably the most savage thing that ever happened in UFC.
Think about that shit. Like, really think about that shit. If we're watching Dragon Ball and Cell put out a GoFundMe page for Goku, you think Goku would have been like, maybe I will fight him? Or you think he just would have thrown Gohan in there? He would have just thrown Gohan in there.
I mean, look, many times Bisping is right that everybody thinks he's the easiest fight, but he kind of
is the easiest fight.
Kinda
I'll confirm that right now. He is the easiest fight.
So, yeah, in April is Cormier versus Johnson, too.
The last
Beginning
fight.
of April.
glass eye over there.
And then there's live on Fox, April 15th. It's unlockable character versus unlockable character.
Oh, cool.
Do you know what it is? To be announced versus to be determined. No joke.
We need to... See, that's how fucked up. We can't even plan 2 months ahead.
Yeah. May 13th, Miocic versus guess who?
Verdum.
Dos Santos. Another fight nobody gives a fuck about.
I'm already planning not to watch that.
May 28th, Gustafsson versus Teixeira. That might be interesting.
In Sweden. Swedish chef doesn't come out of Sweden, man.
He's too busy. And then June 3rd, Aldo versus Holloway. And then June 17th, to be announced versus to be determined. Like this year sounds like a shit show of cards. Like a shit show of cards.
You know what they do? They just put everybody's name in the weight division.
And just draw a card.
They just draw it. They just put it in a box. They fuck the box, and then they probably bust another in there, and they just pick it out.
I think at this point, I mean, it's not like they're going off standings, so
no,
they're probably better off doing that.
No, that they might as well get rid of the standings and just go WWE, where you just assume you're the next guy, and you also assume you have automatic rematch. Dude, it's getting pretty bad when you can tell in WWE who's next in line, and in UFC you can't.
I agree. It's a clusterfuck ever since they took it over, and those are the cards up until June, and quite frankly, I don't think any of those are very good. This was the best card, primarily because of the Woodley Thompson and the Khabib Ferguson. Mm-hmm. Every other fight on this card is like, okay, thank you for adding more to it, but the other one that looks good is the one I told you about before, which was Vitor versus Gastelum. That looked like it was
next week, right?
I think so. Yeah, that, and there's another one I can't remember. I already closed it down twice. But anyways, long story, man, we got too much into UFC shit here. Yeah.
Hey man, we're looking forward to that Khabib fight.
I was really looking forward to it.
Now we're gonna have Tony Ferguson being like, I get the next fight. I get the next champion fight.
There is no next champion fight.
Hey, man, that's just what Tony's
They're going to have to run this one back again into one of the other cards.
Yeah, like next month.
Like to be determined versus to be announced. Like they're going to have to do that because at this point there's nobody else in that division unless the Kraken's going to move up. The Kraken's going to move up in weight. So you have what at that point? What, Cowboy comes back down?
I don't know,
you have Eddie Alvarez versus Cowboy? You have the Kraken comes back down again? I mean, what are we doing here? It's a clusterfuck. Ever since the UFC got sold, it's a clusterfuck.
Yep.
So, anyways, I'm just irritated. I was looking forward to, I think, the Khabib fight more than I was the other one. And the crazy part is that they've been pushing Khabib, I think, more on the embedded videos than they have the Johnson fight.
Well, so much for that.
Anyways, so what's going on with you, dog?
That's it. That was my whole week, man.
You're not doing anything with the YouTube? You're just feeling like that should go, huh?
Let it go.
So anything else you got going on? Any other projects? Any pop connects working with you?
No, not right now. Just found some really disgusting stuff on Pornhub. It just disgusted me.
Why? What'd you search for? Like midget porn?
I didn't even search for it. It was just one of those link videos, and I saw it, and I was like,
what drew you to the video? Do you do that thing where you put your mouse over it, and then you wait for like a couple, like the clip to move so you can see what happens? Or do you just like, let's take a risk and we'll click on it?
No, I just risk it and click on it. I watch it on my tablet, so...
Can you do that with your finger?
You can do it with your finger. It's like tap it now and you get the preview.
You're like, I'll give this a couple minutes or two. Let's see if this is any good. So what was so bad about it?
Just a lot of stuff went from one mouth to another mouth.
It's like that meme you sent me where it's just like when you do ass to mouth and then she wants to kiss you or something.
It was like that. Without giving you the horrible details, one thing went from some person's mouth, and that person's mouth baby birded it into another person's mouth.
Baby birded it. Jeez.
And then you're like, oh, that's interesting. And that person who put it into the other one's mouth, baby birded it back into the original one's mouth.
Oh, man.
And did that about 5 times.
5 times? You kept watching this for 5 times?
I was so disgusted.
It's like a train wreck, right? You gotta keep
I
watching.
had to keep watching. And then it was funny, too, because, like, on the 3rd time, I kind of noticed one of the chicks, she had that, like gagging look on her face, like you're about to throw up. But she powered through it, man. She took it 2 more times. I was like, that's a lot of spit and other stuff.
Dude, you need to stop watching that stuff. I think when you get into that deep level, like you're too desensitized.
That's why I haven't watched anything in like 2 weeks. I'm like,
you're full of shit. You're full of shit. I honestly haven't watched anything in quite a while. Like, I'm like, man, I've been so busy. I haven't had fucking time. But it's hilarious that you can't go that deep, dog.
Yeah, I went too deep, man. I went to the Matrix.
You went. I
saw
deep.
the devil. And I didn't like it.
Well, no, I think you can get some deep. Like when you start get bored of humans, shit, then that's really deep.
Ah,
you know what I'm saying?
Bored of humans.
No, like there's people that go into some deep worlds where you start getting into like the animal shit, or you start getting into like animation stuff, and then you're going too deep. But you're getting there. You're on the rim of it. You're on the rim before making the jump. Like if the deep end was the deep end of the pool, you're at the very edge of the diving board, and you're about to jump off of that deep end.
I was done after that. I was like, I'm done. I literally said out loud, I'm done.
You're getting a little too far into that, dog. You need to pull the reins a little bit. You need to go back to like, just desensitize. Just go back to nothing, and then slowly transition back into just basic stuff, like just heavy petting. Just transition over the clothes stuff. You're like, all right, let's get some rope burn going on here. Let's get some gene burn going on here. You got to transition into that, and then you slowly transition back into normal stuff.
So, you want me to start with like heavy parkas?
Heavy parkas?
They both have heavy parkas on. They're just rubbing back and forth.
You're like, I want my poncho to just. Oh man. And then you start going to like slow, like just like assumed under the table handies. You know what I'm saying? Just
that McDonald's.
you get into some deep shit when you start searching like, oh, public random naughty session or some shit on Pornhub, and then you're like, hey, well, hold on, I know that McDonald's.
Oh,
that might be my McDonald's.
Oh, I told you about that one time. I didn't see it at the place, but I saw it online. It was at Castles and Coasters.
Yeah. You said you were like, that's the Castles and Coasters bathroom. And I'm like, that place is not sterile.
Yeah, and then you might be like, how did you know? There's 3 things that gave it away. 1, there wasn't a door on the bathroom stall. It was a giant curtain sheet.
Oh, geez, that's gross.
2, it had that weird yellow and brown tile that it used to have. And 3, in the middle of it, operator came on and was like, everybody wants to ride a Desert Storm roller coaster. The next ride is in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I was like, oh my God, I'm done.
And were these kids or like adults or what?
No, why would it be kids?
I don't know, because it's a place of kids. It's like a kids roller coaster place.
It was like an adult. I watched it, but I was disgusted.
Because you were just curious.
I was like, oh, this is terrible.
Where you had to just, I can't even say this. I just wanted you I won't say it out loud. Anyways, so yeah, man, that's a bit much. That's quite a bit much.
Yeah, when you type goat on goat, yeah, it's probably a bit much.
Well, they haven't typed that in, but jeez. All I'm saying is sometimes you gotta desensitize, dog. You gotta go back to basics. You know what I'm saying? Back to the beginnings. Can't have. I know you love your cream pie compilations, but you can't do that every day, dog.
Dude, sometimes I just type that stuff in for fun and see what happens. I don't even watch it. I'm just like, nobody could put this in here.
You know what would be a
you
cool
find
thing?
something. You find something.
I wonder if there's like a word generator, like a random word generator, and you just regenerate some words, and then you type those into the search bars for any of your favorite adult websites, and then see what pops up.
I don't know. I do put random words in there sometimes just see what the fuck.
You're like
up.
Lego brick toys. You're like, what? That's a thing?
I tell you, I typed in Walmart one time.
No way. There was stuff going on at Walmart?
There's stuff going on. The beasts, the ugly beasts that come out of Walmart are nasty. And then you might say, well, what other stores were there? I can tell you.
Oh, God. You looked all these up?
I can tell you there is a lot of McDonald's. Because nobody gives a fuck what you do at McDonald's.
Are these in the bathrooms?
Yeah. I saw under the table hand job.
Jeez.
And then,
Ew, can you imagine? You go to McDonald's, you're hungry, and you freaking get into a bar stool, and then you're like, why is it wet, like, above this table?
something's dripping on my pants.
Oh, that's fucking disgusting. Anyways.
Yeah, there's some McDonald's stuff. A lot of... I didn't click on all these, of course.
Yeah, no, I know. Of course not. Why would you, right?
There's a Taco Bell one, apparently. Something Taco Bell drive-thru.
Taco Bell drive-thru?
I don't know. I don't understand how that happened. Because I didn't watch it. I just clicked over the little preview thing. Like if they're driving in a Taco Bell drive-thru and they were getting a handy or something. I don't know.
I think you clicked on it, dog. That's a little too much from a preview.
Yeah, no. I'll show you. No, I'm not going to show you.
No, I don't want to see it. I'm good. I believe
and
you.
And then what else was there? I think that was it. Oh, Kmart.
Yeah, of course, Kmart.
I was like, yeah, that's where delinquents go. Degenerates go.
You're never going to see like a Nordstrom.
No.
You're not going to see like some high-end store.
It's like Sam's Club bathroom.
Sam's Club. That's like essentially a fancy Walmart.
What else is fancy? That's it, man.
Yeah. Anyways, long story short, you need to desensitize, dog.
That's why I stopped. I haven't
go back to basics.
Just use my imagination like Barney taught me. The baby bird stuff just took me out of it. I was like, this is too much, guys. It's too much. Who's watching this?
I'm sure there are a lot of people watching.
Like, I'm watching it in disgust. I'm not aroused by this. And I also want to see if this
the
chick's
people that trip me
up.
out are the people that spend their not a hard-earned time. They spend their good time creating like 3-hour compilation videos of specific things, and then they upload those. And at the end, they're like edited by. I'm like, come on, man! You could have solved cancer by now.
Yeah, I've seen that too. I was like, I'm not gonna. You think my dick is gonna stay hard for all 2 hours of your compilation video?
Well, maybe some people like go back to the video very often or something. You know, they're like, today I managed to get through 3 minutes of it. Tomorrow I'll get through another 3 minutes.
They bookmark. See, I never do that. I find it and then I delete browser history and then it's done. Even if it was the greatest video ever, I would never find it again. Never.
You delete your browser history every time?
No, I mean, I like close all the tabs.
I was going to say,
I do incognito windows so it closes itself.
I got bookmarks and everything. Everybody gets to my phone, it's all out there. But I have a podcast where I talk about a whole bunch of random, horrible shit, so who gives a fuck? At this point, if I ever ran for president, all of these things would come back to me. Even today's podcast, if I ever ran for president, like, did you know his stance is you should only have one kid?
I'd be like, yeah. You'd be like, yeah, that's still my fucking stance. All these years later. Get dumb fucks like you ask me dumbass questions.
LifeGeneralist for president 2020. I'll be going up against The Rock.
Kanye.
And Philip DeFranco and Kanye.
Kanye Rock connection.
I'm going to have to bring out my inner Conor McGregor to stand with those guys.
The Kanye Rock connection.
Jeez. Dude, if The Rock ran with Kanye as his vice president, who is going to beat that guy? Who is going to beat that guy? Focus. Because if it's the other way around, then you're like, all right, you don't want Kanye to be the president. You want The Rock to be the president because The Rock will beat the shit out of Kanye if he needs to. But if Kanye's on top, that's a fucking problem.
Okay, see, if The Rock actually wins or actually goes to be president, I think we're going to have the Goku problem where people come and challenge him just for all the fucking reasons. They're like, are you really that strong, The Rock? And he's like, I am. And we just have Goku fights on the streets.
Hey, but what if that's the way we go from the future? Our leaders only, instead of fighting a gigantic global war, we just have the leaders fight each other. You'd want The Rock.
You win.
You'd be like, that guy's going to literally grab that dude and drive him into the fucking floor. I've seen him do it.
It's going to look like that.
Except he's not going to help. The guy's not going to help by jumping with him. He's going to just have to just slam him down.
Well, he probably could do it now. All the natural gains he's making.
He was bigger when he was doing wrestling. He's just more ripped now, but he was bigger when he was doing wrestling. Don't confuse ripped for big.
Yeah, he's pretty big now, man.
He's big, but he's not ripped. He's ripped now, but he's not as big. I think he was wrestling 10 pounds heavier, 15 pounds heavier.
You sure? He looks bigger now.
You look bigger when you get ripped than you do when you're fat. But fat helps you. Fat, you're stronger when you're fat, and you can take a little bit more damage when you're fat. Why do you think the Big Show never got ripped? Ripped now.
He looks a little off.
Yeah, he does. Why do you think Undertaker never gets ripped?
That dude's barely hanging on.
Well, because he needs to hang on because he's getting old.
Dude, he's only 45.
He looks like he's 65.
Yeah, he looks like he's 92.
But back to my point. He's not. I think he's used to be bigger. You know when he was big as shit? You know when The Rock was big as shit?
When?
In that movie he did where him and Mark Wahlberg were doing steroids. And by pretending, I mean they were doing steroids. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Was it Pump and Gain or something like that?
Yeah. You see how fucking big The Rock was in that?
He's pretty big.
He was like 260. Which, is, by the way, is Brock Lesnar just walks around in. Brock Lesnar's like 280, isn't he?
He's a big motherfucker.
In fact, I will Google this, but I feel like we're a little over our podcast time here. What was that show? What was that movie called? Big Gains?
Pain and Gain?
Pain and Gain? Pain and Gain?
Some homosexual title like that.
Gain. Rock. Weight. Yeah, dude, look at how big The Rock looks. Supposedly he added 12 to 15 pounds of muscle. He was over 250 pounds. And apparently Mark Wahlberg got it up to 212. I'm like, yeah, okay. One of the questions here is did The Rock take any supplements? Shut the fuck up. Yeah, a lot of steroids.
Made natural supplements.
There's some bro-ass questions on here. How much did The Rock bench press? Some bro shit up in these question areas.
It's like, yo.
How much can Mark Wahlberg get bench press? Man, you guys are some bros up in this
shit.
Yo,
is it true that The Rock busted up on his bicep and then rubbed it in? Is that how he got so big?
Dude, that is some bodybuilder shit where they do some stupid shit like that just to try to gain a couple pounds of muscle.
It's like, is it true that The Rock did anal only for 4 months while getting that? I'll try it.
My buddy Steve in the gym said that's how he did it, and he offered to like help me with it because he's a nice guy.
He said the first time it's gonna hurt a little bit, but he's gonna put his fingers in there. He's gonna leave it in there.
Just to help it
Just to help it out. Loosen up. And then next time, dick.
Anyways.
He said he knows the guys at the
He knows the guy
gym.
who knows the guy who knows The Rock.
He knows
what he did.
He knows the maintenance guys at the gym restroom, so nobody will walk in on us.
Anyways, that's probably good for today, guys. Hopefully this one was better than last week's. I hope. Questions, comments down below. Tell your peeps, tell your friends. Give us some fucking questions. I want some like legit I need help questions and advice questions. So people are like, hey, so I went to the store and I came home with the wrong Snickers and my girlfriend thought I was gone too long and she thinks I'm cheating on her. What should I do? Like, I want some dumb shit like that where I could be like, look, bro, I'm going to tell you this right now. fucking crazy. But in order to quench her mind of this, anyways, you know what I'm saying.
Like you should have bought all 5 Snickers they had, because women don't know what the fuck they want.
There you go. That's what we'll do. I'll give the legit advice and you give the horrible sexist advice.
Like, also, bro, she probably cheating on you. Your dick's small anyways. Think about it. She made you go to the store.
That means she was getting dick.
She was getting dick.
That means the dude that was giving her dick was waiting in the bushes, and she was waiting for you to leave, and she made you go to a store that was 3 miles away for Snickers. Why would she do that?
And then she didn't tell you what Snickers. She wanted you confused at the Snickers section, looking at all the Snickers.
Because she needed more time to get dick.
She needed more time to get dick. She wanted to be filled up.
Did she eat the Snickers when you get home?
No,
she eat it?
She threw it on the floor.
That's right. She didn't give a shit. She was too tired from all that dick she got.
Her throat wasn't even swallowing. She couldn't even swallow saliva.
Were her lips cracked?
No, they weren't. They weren't. You know why? She just sucked it all down.
Oh, jeez.
Stay woke, brother.
Stay woke? Jeez. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you guys next week.